Yes, Leah, that's true. It wasn't the fault of a jackknifed lorry or a truck, but it was the prize collection of a one devastated 11-year-old boy who lost his brakes after the bag they were in came loose from the roof of the family car. WDTV reported that the traffic was down to one lane until the crews could clean up the mess. The mother of the little boy took responsibility for the spill and apologized on Facebook. She wrote, "Those Legos belong to my 11-year-old son. They were in totes strapped to the top of the Durango. They fell off when the strap came loose. He cried. It seemed like forever." This was Clarissa from Virginia Highway. Back to you, Leah.
Yes, Larissa, that's true. I'm here with meneer Jaak. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the school drama. So, Mr. Jaak, which role do you play?
Well, my role is Mr. Jack's role. I'm having the same name as in reality, and I'm performing Mr. Jack, as I said before. And he's some sort of... he's a man full of melancholy, and he's very wise.
And how are the rehearsals going? Are they going very smoothly?
They are going very smoothly, and I think that everybody is in his role now, and it will be splendid.
And the costumes, do you have a special costume?
There are a lot of pupils who are wearing costumes, but I'm not wearing anything special, just a long coat and a hat. But it is taking place in an area which is somewhat abandoned because of wars that have been around, and you will see that reflecting in costumes.
Okay, and if something goes wrong, can you improvise?
Yes, we can, because we're well trained through our directors, and if something goes wrong, we just have to ask for text, and then we get the text from the persons that are following all the text.
And in comparison with last year, is the story better or not?
What were we doing last year? I don't remember,
I think
actually.
you were doing, yes, Les Miserables.
Ah, Les Miserables. Yes, I think that this, you can't compare it. This is more a comedy, and last year it was very serious. Now there will be some laughter.
Yes, and the actors, are they good or?
They're splendid.
Yes.
Best actors ever, especially Mr. Reiners and myself.
And do you have a favorite scene of school drama?
Yes, in which I have to direct the audience. I have to talk to the audience, and it will be very special for some people when I will address them.
You are known as making a joke always on stage. Are you making a joke this year?
Yes, I'm thinking about this, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it will happen. Don't worry.
And are you nervous before going on stage?
I am.
And
I'm very nervous.
Do you have a ritual to relax?
Normally I smoke cigarettes, but since I'm going to quit smoking this weekend, I have to quit smoking. It will be very difficult, and I think I will have a good beer, a Duvel or something like that to calm me down.
All right. That was the last question. Thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome. See you.
Bye.
It rains heavily in Melbourne. Most of the contestants are slipping throughout the circuit. Massa Felipe and Lewis Hamilton also lost the control of their vehicle and ended up in the guardrails. Esteban Cortires is the next one who ended up among with Massa and Hamilton. To race in these circumstances is impossible, and the qualification has been set off. Because of the remaining rainfall and approaching dusk, the qualification will proceed on Sunday.
Djokovic drubbing. Joe Wilfried Tsonga dismissed rapidly by the best in the world. Some performance by him, not so by Joe. Disappointment for the Frenchman that he couldn't do better than that. But Djokovic into the semi-finals again.
53 minutes in this day and age of slow courts and 30-shot rallies. That is almost unheard of, but such is the sort of tennis that Novak Djokovic seems to play on a daily basis. He is the
Hello everyone, today we are going to make a mixed cake of chocolate and vanilla. To make this cake you need about 250 grams of sugar, 250 grams of flour and 250 grams of butter. You also need about 4 eggs and cacao. Depends on how much you want it to be chocolate, so you take which cacao you want. To start with, you need 250 grams of butter, when you have 250 grams of butter, you need to warm it up. Before you continue the recipe, you need to preheat the oven at 180 degrees. So while the butter is warming up, you need to take about 250 grams of sugar. Place the sugar in a bowl. Go see if the butter is warm enough. Now you can see it's melted. So you put the butter with the sugar. And you mix it together. So when it's mixed up, you take 4 eggs and you put it in the bowl. Now you mix it again. Then you take about 250 grams of flour. put it in the bowl. You mix it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it's mixed, it looks like this. Split it up in two. So you take a smaller bowl to put it in it. So now you need to put the cacao in it. So if you want it to be really chocolatey, then you put many cacao in it. If you don't want it to be chocolatey, then you put a bit less in it. Okay, so we want it really chocolatey. You mix it. Okay, so now you can see the chocolate is really good mixed with dough. So you put the chocolate dough back with the vanilla dough. You take a spatula. And you mix it just a little bit, so you have a chocolate cake mixed with a vanilla cake. Let's taste it. Perfect. Now you put the dough in the baking mold. Now you can see it's good spread over the whole baking mold, and you can put it in the oven so you you can put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, you can read a book or watch TV while it's cooking. Minutes are over. Let's see if it's baked. Okay, it's perfect. Now we have to let it cool down for about 15 minutes. So now it's cooled down, me and my guest Maya are going to taste it.
Ooh, it's very hot. very good.
And
No,
in the
I'll
show.
see you tomorrow.
With another cake.